All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Joyce Spencer Mintz, and I'm coming to you live. This is Real Talk. However, I'm a little late tonight. I do hope you all forgive me for that. Um, just wanted to drive by tonight. Not going to be long in your presence. Have a few guests that I invited. Not sure they're going to come in or not tonight, but it's okay because y'all know as usual. I'm a grown woman all the way. I know how to walk this thing alone. So I want to say welcome to Real Talk and thank you for inviting me into your home and into your rooms and wherever else you're sitting. And hope that something said tonight um, will help you not only to be better, but to do better. So I came on tonight. Usually on Fridays or Thursday nights sometimes, but we moved it over to Friday. We have this conversation and we call it real talk because that's exactly what it is. Um, we keep it real. And as usual, I give the disclaimer you have the right to agree or disagree with say tonight, and I'm still going to love you. So I just wanted to say, um, okay, I see some kind of voice call coming in, but gratefully, the person who's calling told me to do not disturb. So we are not being disturbed. Okay, so I want to say again, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's see. Our subjects tonight, we're going to postpone to next week because I really want to do a little bit more studying on it. But however, I was coming tonight because there's a few things I've been paying attention to. And I say it again, ladies, we're doing it again. And I won't just say ladies, I'll say gentlemen. Okay, every year this year, we got a couple of things going on. It's spring break about to begin, March Madness about to begin. We've just come up out of the season of everybody loving on one another, um, which, they really throw it on thick for Valentine's Day. But now those 2 weeks have passed beyond that, and we are finding people, are back in the position they were before that day came up. And I say that if you are with someone, your significant other, you're dating someone, and they're only nice to you at a certain time or season of the year, perhaps you need to go back and reevaluate that relationship because maybe it's not true love. And I say that because everybody has the right to agree or disagree with anything that I say here. Um, but it's how you categorize or you're perceptive of love. Some people perceive love by what someone could do for them. Some people perceive love as, and sick as it may sound, how somebody treat them, good or bad. Some people are addicted to people treating them bad, and through that, they feel it's love. So, however you perceive or have an idealistic about what love is to you, I say that you remain true to you. Love on yourself. Don't depend on love from someone else to complete you. The A lot of times we have, young women, young men in relationships, and they are so involved in it that they can't imagine or see that person with someone else. If it doesn't work out, they just get to the point where it's so distressful. If I can't have you, nobody can. And we're definitely in that time and stage in life right now, where we see young people taking lives and taking each other's lives because their perception of love is so deep that they can't stand to separate themselves. I want to say to you that if you find yourself in that kind of relationship and you are fearful or trying to get out, there are ways and resources for you to contact someone, talk to somebody, and devise a plan on how you can exit that and still have your life. Um, I see someone's coming in, I think. Hmm. Hold on just a moment, guys. I'm going to see who this is. Oh, we have a little private chat going on right here. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, come on in stage. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Apparently I didn't let her in or something. You guys, oh, didn't even see her there. Okay. All right. Let's add that to the stream. I don't know what happened. All
I've
right.
been back
Welcome,
there.
welcome, welcome.
Well, I've been back there since you started. I clicked the link.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you backstage. Oh,
Mm,
okay. Well, welcome to the live stream.
yes, you were saying.
Um, okay. We may have a
Oh,
little
can you hear?
I'm
Hello?
sorry. Can you say that again?
Oh, I said you were saying. I was listening to where, people not wanting to let go of relationships. So I was still listening to what you said.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out why my sound sounds like that.
It's probably me.
Your sound is really low. There we go. I
Okay,
hope
is it
we can
better?
still hear it. Yeah, I can hear you now, and I'm hoping that it's still um, that you can hear me in the studio. But we're gonna have a delay because I have my earplug in now. So
Okay.
yes, comment.
Oh, no, I was listening to what you were saying about people not wanting to let go of these relationships and how they all of a sudden getting the attention they want because of the time of the year it is. And I was just listening because it's true. It's the season, where, now the Valentine's Day has come and gone. And now people really want to show to you how much I wish I had known you for Valentine's Day. I would have got you this, this, and this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is so true. A lot of times people, they wait till after the holiday has passed and then say, they remember, oh yeah, I sure wish I was with you then. Like you said, it's an avoidance a lot of times. And then a lot of times, I'm looking at enough. A lot of times, it's the relationship period where where they disappear. They disappear on you either because they're with somebody else or they are the type of person that don't really want to show you the affection that you deserve. And that's one of those things I was saying. If your relationship is seasonal with someone, you ought to take heed to that and pay attention. Because if you are in a relationship and you're in it for the long haul and the person you're in it with is only seasonable, maybe you need to go back and reevaluate some things because you may not be equally yoked. Okay. It's like that thing, it's one of my peeves that dating for 15, 20 years. Okay, to each his own, but the word, think about what is the what is the what is it that you're trying to accomplish in the relationship?
Um,
You know,
I I think that today we were talking about it, and I was talking to somebody today. Might have been my nurse who came in. We was talking about how marriage is an investment.
absolutely.
It's an investment. The more, it's like the house, the more time you put into it, the more, the more you dig under that foundation, you start out kind of wobbly because everybody's getting to know each other. But as you put in the time through the years and the more you invest, the more you get out of it. And the less work you got to do. When you first start, for even for like when people do the wine vineyards, they don't have to put as much work into it as when they first started. After a while, the grapes know where to grow, know when to grow. You can just walk through and see something that's not working, and you could tweak that and get it together. where you know how to go in and pull out. Like if you've been investing quality time and things like that, and in each other's love language, you can go in and pull out when you need some time for yourself. You go in and you pull out some of that, because now you've gained the trust. So I'm gonna go on this trip by myself, but I'll be back. you know that's like an
Absolutely.
investment. And even that alone time is you recharging and rejuvenating so that you can come back and be better for your partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And everyone needs that time, that refill, the refreshing, rejuvenating. Even in, like you said, it definitely I don't know though. Y'all know I'm still a newlywed, so but I've had a long-term marriage where yes, a break, a time off or a time out, personal time was required. I
Mhm.
guess as I've gotten older and seasonal, it's not so much as required now, but it still is because you do need that time to really
Do a self check.
commune with God and build your own self up a little bit. You do
Mhm.
so much for everybody else, and it takes away and takes away. And like you said, a marriage is investment. If you don't put anything in, you get nothing out. It's just like the bank. If you don't ever put anything in your savings account, don't expect to go take nothing out.
Right.
Okay. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so yes, and I really can appreciate that illustration that you gave, because a lot of times I see now, it's like a one-sided thing. And when I talk to people and we talk about, couples and marriage and things I love to do for my husband, and he love to do for me, people look at it like it's strange. And I'm like, I don't care how old your marriage get, you never stop investing in each other.
Yeah, reciprocating, being kind, and just um, getting loved on and everything. You know,
Yeah.
it's the time. And then back when you something when you could sit back and y'all will know something funny, y'all both giggle at it, and ain't nobody said a word, but y'all know.
Right.
Cause y'all to put in that time and invest into what's gonna tickle them, and they know what's gonna tickle you, and y'all just look at each other. You know, it ain't
Yeah.
always got to be. When people be talking about some rolling. I mean, when people get up there and 100 and some years old, quality time is just sitting there on the porch holding hands and looking at the tree together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's what.
That's interesting because we just had a homegoing today. My husband's auntie, she was 98 years old. And I'm so blessed that I had the opportunity to visit with her. Um, Coming into the family one Sunday, we were driving and he was like, I'm taking you over my Aunt Beulah's house. And so we did. We stopped by, we went over there and sat, and I just watched her and listened. Every now and then she'd say something, but every time she said something, it was like pearls of wisdom being dropped. And I was making sure I was catching them. Don't let them hit the
Yeah,
floor. So oftentimes our young people don't realize when they're sitting before with their elders, or having the chance to sit with people that are beyond their age, understand you are entertaining wisdom. The Bible talks about now they're getting understanding, but it also talks about wisdom and how it is important that we obtain it. um and I was thinking about that because they started, during her eulogy, the pastor started naming off the errors, Black history, um, just history,
yeah,
period. Because he started naming off all the errors of presidents that she has been able
listen,
to witness. Imagine that. She was 98 years old. Okay. She was like a teenager or young person in the civil rights movement during the time of Dwight Eisenhower. How many of us have had or have family members that have had that kind of history
Right. And
and
which
are
is like,
still living today?
yeah, who people who, you don't appreciate that these people are still living who actually had to go through things in order for you to be able to get on the internet, shake and act a fool and say the stupid stuff you say to say, oh, I don't vote. Oh, that's dumb. People died. But I get
Right.
head cracked open for that. I ain't going to school. You know how many people died so you can go to school? You know how many
I
people
mean, think about think about
here?
this right here. Remember when slavery, the emancipation of slaves, uh, they were set free, when we were declared free and no longer in slavery? What
Don't
year was that?
1865.
But actuality, slaves still were still being slaves
You
and
know
weren't
what?
really
Mm-mm.
okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that because in our mind,
1962 was the era that I was born, and I
they
think
still
John
have
F.
slaves up to
Kennedy.
1961. Do you hear me?
Okay,
The last person I remember that was slave 1961. That movie Alice on Prime tells about it. But let me
but
tell you
think about this. She
something.
was she had already lived 30 years of the madness
Right.
before then.
The Jim Crow era.
Yes, she was in the Jim Crow era. So I was just sitting there taking that all in and thinking about it and how awesome it was to be able to sit with that young lady, um, and my elder, because she definitely was my elder. And I think about that now, even with another lady that, God has allowed us to be able to help and assist, and really, I think she be assisting us more than we assisting
Right.
her.
Gain wisdom. Gain
Right.
wisdom.
And she's 89 years old. So, I'm like, Lord, you have been surrounding me with a lot of wise women. And
Right.
I am so grateful
What is
that you
that?
chose me.
Wisdom cries out in the street. Yeah,
Okay.
and it does.
Young people, get a hold of it. I mean, really, there's so many opportunities for
Right.
you to get it together. Go and help the elderly. Don't be disrespectful. When you
I'm,
see an older person, respect them as your elder.
I'm
No
around,
matter what you may
right.
think.
I'm around cussing with them, and ma'am, no ham, no turkey. We don't do that. I am
No.
grateful that I have children who are. I don't have to say you need to respect them. It's already ingrained in them
Yes.
to
So, that's something we have to get back to. And I know they keep on, everybody keep thinking of it. Well, it ain't that time and era. It is never
yes,
too
it is.
late to teach
It
your
is that
children.
time and era. It always is a time
Yes.
for respect. Always is a time for respect.
Yes.
That's people,
So,
people dying right now because somebody didn't respect them.
right, right. But do you give that same respect?
Right.
I hear a lot of young people, he disrespected me. I was just watching something on the news today, and I bet you anything, I could put money in the bank. She was on that airplane clowning and acting a fool. And I said it.
She showed out.
I said it. Because it take a whole lot for them to call the police to arrest you when you get off of an airplane. Okay?
You
You had to really been cutting up. And I want to say that sometimes young people, you guys really do disappoint me, because when I see you behaving in a manner in which you are not only representing yourself, but you represent me and others,
right.
we need y'all to get it together. Get
Because
it
right.
together.
We should not have to explain your behavior because it's unexplainable. Because everybody, black people, we looking at you like who raised you?
Okay.
And racist people and people who have already a preconceived notion about people of color are saying, well, that's just how they act. You
So
know,
get it together and
you
quit
know,
acting a fool
if
out
you,
here in public,
right,
clowning, and then throwing it all over TikTok when you know you're wrong.
right, you don't have to do all this. This is, you know you're grown. And when you get on that airplane, you get put off, you do know that's a felony. And you're not getting on no more
Okay.
airplanes for the rest of your time. And
Plan
I
on
hope,
walking and never leaving the spot you at unless you can ride. Okay. Because once you get banned, you banned. And so I saw that mess today and I thought about it when I took a ride, up to the Capitol. Same scenario. I've been on the train taking trips, and it's always one that has got to break the rules. Now they come through and tell you, put your earbuds in. They come through and tell you not to play your phone or your tablet on speaker because other people may have been sleeping. Some people been on that train way longer than you that just got on for 5 minutes. And they might be needing to rest their mind, but instead you subject them to your foolishness.
and they took the train for the
Everybody
scenic,
don't like rap.
right, for the peaceful scenic route. I don't want to hear what you talk about. I want to hear your music. I don't like other kind of music too. I don't want to hear it.
Okay,
That's what
got a
earbuds
guest
do.
over here. Let's see. Hey, Melly Mel coming in. He
Come on,
got
baby.
something he got to say. Come on, baby. Come on in
And
here and say it
got
too.
something I got to say too. Because if my mama don't give me that number, school it,
What number?
Melly Mel number. I'm sick of
I did give you the number. Uh-oh. Where my nephew at? That's my
it.
nephew right there. Let me
Indeed.
add him to the string. There he is.
Hey, cousin.
Hey,
Hey,
nephew,
Look
because
at
she
her.
over
He
here
come
chewing
over
me
here.
out.
He over here with the beautiful smile. My cousin.
hey, I'm sitting
Didn't
here,
I
I'm
just
watching
get done
TV.
talking about respect and she over here gonna get a whooping soon as I see her?
I missed the beginning of y'all conversation because I didn't know that you had sent me the link, and I was watching TV and eating, and it came through, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's meeting time. So I missed I don't know what y'all talking about yet.
I went
All
off
right,
on.
so you want to catch him up or should I?
We was talking about the time of the season. It's cup season. After Valentine's Day, when the dudes try to bum rush you for the income tax check time, and you know, look at my cousin. You know what I'm
Talking
talking
about
about.
we were talking about the perceptions of love, the different
Yeah,
perceptions of love, and
yeah.
how certain times of season people show you love and then they don't. And if you're in a relationship like that, we're we were talking about ins and outs. Are you in that? Is it what you desire? Um because if you are subjected to that and you don't want to be, there's resources and things you can do to break free, because sometimes you're in that relationship and it's seasonal, but the person that you're with figure if they can't have you, nobody can. So what do you do when you caught up in a situation like that? So that's what we were talking about. Okay. That was the first part.
Okay.
Okay, and the second thing we were just talking about, Rose, take it. Oh, go ahead and take that. We
Uh-huh.
were talking about respect and our elders and how our young people don't have respect anymore for elders. Um, I was sharing with her how today we went to a homegoing for my husband's aunt, and she's 90. She was 98 years old. She's turned 98 last week, and so she had homegoing today because she passed on. And we were talking about how she was here in her 30s during the Jim Crow era. So how young people just don't, they don't respect the fact that how much our elders have sacrificed for all the things that we are privileged with in life today, and how they paved some of the ways. And so that's where we were conversating about that. Come on in.
Okay. Like I said, I caught the tail end. Uh, yeah, today's generations, they these like you say, they don't have no respect like for the elders. And then social media plays a big part, you know, because the kids nowadays they're being brainwashed to, especially when they're doing something bad, they still rewarded with good behavior for being bad. Take this phone, take this tablet, take this
You know,
computer, and they get on YouTube, and then it's Fortnite and all this other stuff. And then the
mhm,
music, music is one thing known to man, the most strongest known source of power that can penetrate the mental.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
So when they look at the music that they listen to now, they're not listening to what we was listening to when we were kids, and so forth when you was kids. If it was, whatever type of music it was. So the music now got a message in it, but at the same time, it don't. It's got a negative message, and the kids run with the negative. They don't
mhm,
run.
Mm-hmm.
They're not listening to no conscious, important type raps nowadays. It's shoot 'em up, bang bang, kill kill, gang banger, pop this
mhm,
pill, pop that, drink this bottle, smoke this weed,
mhm,
and so and
Mm-hmm.
the elders, if you pull up on somebody, you know, ain't you young forever, but if you pull up somebody that's older than you with that music beating, they go, boy, if you don't turn that mess down.
mhm.
Don't pull up to my
Right.
house shaking my windows, you
Oh,
know.
facts.
So it's like they don't have grandparents now is younger than me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
45 and I'm a grandparent. You got grandparents younger than me nowadays. And then they're not
Yeah.
telling the kids, they're not teaching their kids how to respect their elders.
Your little
You know,
cousin Ralph is a grandfather.
huh?
Ralph a grandfather.
Ralph is what?
A grandfather. You heard me. He old pop
Right.
pop.
Okay. Yeah. Me and Auntie talked about that. We talked about
Yeah,
it.
so,
After the last little session we had, we talked
yeah,
about it. She was pointing out different what was going on with who and
Yeah.
who. You
yeah.
know,
And
But
they
you
are
know,
getting a lot
but
younger.
but y'all teaching the respect though, because but you also got to figure this: they're not living as long either.
those are definitely being shortened for being disrespectful to your parents or your elders.
Absolutely, yes.
The days are being real shortened.
Say
Like
it again, because somebody in the
I can
back might
remember,
be.
I can remember when we was younger. This was back when y'all was in Michigan still, and but we was younger. So it was this one guy, and Lord forbid, you know what I'm saying, he's doing life in prison right now. But he was one of those guys, real good dude, but he had a short fuse, and he was really about that life. And I remember on numerous times, our cousin Poonie, all of them, they done been around in the city, and we all used to be like, "Yeah, this is crazy." Like we could be at his house, and his mom will be saying something to him, and he will fly off the handle. And when he fly off the handle, it wasn't like he flying off the handle and got a little disrespectful towards his mom. He talked to her like she was one of us or one of these guys in the streets that we done just beat up or whatever the case, whatever negativity we projected. And you be thinking like,
Yeah.
and he the crazy one. We thinking we crazy, but he the nutty one out of all of us. So we kind of shook like, is this dude finna do? Is he finna grab his mama and body slam her? Is he finna pull out this gun and shoot her and probably shoot us? We didn't know he was unstable like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I look at generations after that, they're pretty much borderline on the same type of time that he was on. Like if y'all look back to Michigan, preferably
Mm-hmm.
Muskegon. I can't really say too much about KZoo, but only the little things I see in the news. Look how bad Muskegon done got.
Oh yeah.
The
It is
babies,
truly off
it's
the
the
chain
babies
now.
killing babies.
I
It
can't
breaks
The
my
believe
heart.
babies is
some of the
killing babies.
things that I witnessed there. Um, how the young people, oh my gosh.
It is so, I don't know. I couldn't believe it had gotten to that
Babies was
where
killing
the young
babies.
people are just, yeah, they're just so, the people are just so it's hard to believe that we grew up in that place with everything that I see going on in there today. When I went back, and even not just going back, just hearing when a small town like our hometown makes national news. That's crazy.
Yeah. The
And so it's
crime rate
like,
is really
what
through the
happened?
roof. What
Yeah,
happened is this is music, social media, the the heroes of the neighborhood is big time gangbangers or drug dealers or wannabe gangbangers, drug dealers, and they portray this certain life, and that's what the kid is seeing. We're not really seeing, people. No, look at him. He play. He good at basketball. He good at football. You
Yeah.
know, they don't want all that hard work. Got to train and what I'm saying, do school, but train and do this all every day. Nah, they want to get on that video game. They want to listen to this music that they keep hearing ride up the street in these cars that's bumping, and then
Right.
happen. We might monitor what they listen to and what they watch at home, and then when we let them go to a certain family member house or even to one of their friends' house, they're definitely still being exposed to what we're trying to keep them from being exposed to.
Right.
And
Because
so
your
Well, you
ear,
know, I was
remember,
your
looking, I was talking, that was something I was talking about too, at just when you came in. I was
uh,
talking about the article that I saw on the show with the young lady on the airplane and why they have to call the police to escort you. They have to stop everybody else's flight to get you off the plane. And
mm,
then you on here with your face out talking about it wasn't like that. I don't care how it was. It looks bad as a young African American woman that you was even on there acting the way you were acting. Because I've flown a lot and we are in the air a lot. And it takes a whole lot to really take those stewardess there. Every day is not a good day for anybody, but if you continue to press somebody button, you get what you get. But I'm going to say this, whatever her issue was with the flight attendant, she could have took that to the complaining office because it wasn't like they were going to open the door and throw you off the plane. So she should have had better control of herself. And that's the part that disappointed me because as a young African American woman, you are representing not only yourself but others. And when you behave like that and you all on the TV trying to be heard and seen, make sure you correct before you do that. And they may have let you off locally, but federally you will suffer some repercussions. And so it's bad because I hope you don't have children at home. And yes, I'm saying it. And if you catch that replay, remember I said it. You set a bad example for your children and other young people who are in flight.
literally, they
I
can hit
don't
them
get
with the
on the
CARES Act.
train or plane to hear
yeah.
your rap music when the instructions are given before the flight starts. Put your earplugs in. Don't play your stuff loud. Nobody wants to be entertained by whatever you're being entertained with.
So that's what the problem was.
So whatever her problem was that they had to escort her from the plane, they actually had to land the plane where it wasn't going to take her off the plane, and then she was arrested.
She
That's
wanted to listen to
ridiculous.
her
And
music
she
out
didn't look
loud.
like she could be more than 30 years old. So where are you? What example is being set before
First
you
of all,
that you felt it was okay to behave like that?
you are old enough
So
to know better.
my
Okay.
question, because you said something about music and earphones. So she was trying to play her music out loud on the plane, and then it turned
See,
into an issue.
I don't know if that was the case with her, but I was riding the train a few weeks ago and the young lady was on the train and the conductor asked her, they announced it several times, and she just decided that she wanted to just ignore the announcement and do what she wanted to do. Well, I don't want to hear the cussing music, and I don't want to hear you talking loud to your friend about what y'all finna do. I don't want to hear any of that because I paid to ride the train in peace. And so she was playing her stuff out. The conductor came and told her, I asked you once, then she asked her twice. And instead of her respecting her elders, she got mouth almighty. If she hadn't been one of my grandkids, she would have probably dusted her butt off because the train wouldn't have stopped because I'd have been tearing it up.
Let me tell you something. A train is ran by the federal government. Do she know she still is a rap? She can't fly no more neither.
Okay. And
They
so
might
it's
wanna
just a
drive.
lack of respect.
I say that to say it goes back to when I first started social media.
Yeah,
So
you
9
see,
times out of 10, she probably trying to go live. Now this would if it was on the flight. Yeah, I take
Mhm.
flights around here, but you study
mm-hmm,
for Facebook or for TikTok or Instagram,
right.
you know. But you said it happened on the train, and that's still the case may be. Yeah, I might not have jumped up in that plane, but I'm on this train. Yeah, I'm going
And
live and whoop.
it was one that just happened on the plane to they had it all over the TV today about the young lady on the plane. Now I don't know what transpired, but she was put off. They did land the plane and she was arrested when the plane got landed. And even though she got back on social media and did some kind of video, but as they clearly said, federal charges will be she will be federally charged, even though
Finna
she
try
might
to
not
hit her
have
with
been
a terrorist
locally
act.
Mm,
They finna
mm,
try to hit her
mm.
with a terrorist act.
Yep. Because
See,
once
Like
you
these
say,
youngsters, they better understand when there is consequences to your actions.
man,
now it's possible that you're gonna be banned from all airlines.
all
Hmm.
airlines, all trains, only thing you can do is
It might
drive
even
this
be
way.
all type of transportation, planes, buses,
Yeah,
and trains.
Yeah,
Only way
anything
you
yeah,
get
ran
to
by
where you need to go is if you drive. You can't leave the
anything
country
ran by
because
the
you can't get on
government.
no boat.
Right.
You can't get on no boat. You can't go to the islands like you thought you was gonna do
Right. You can't go to Canada,
mhm,
you can't go to
because you
Mexico,
didn't
you
use
just
this.
landlocked.
You didn't think.
yeah.
You couldn't think.
Right. Don't think it's just so quick to react. It was something
Zero to 60.
something I was saying to I did on one of my studies in the morning, and I was talking about how how the word tells us to study to be quiet, and I
Mm-hmm.
said that people don't have self control because if they did and they read the scripture, it didn't say practice, it said study. It said study to be quiet. That means if it was easy to do, God wouldn't tell you that you had to study to do it. So practice, restrain, learn how to be quiet when it's a time. Learn to speak when you should speak, and learn to be quiet when you should be quiet. No control over yourself. Only person can control you is you. And if you
Well,
don't have any self control, then you're just like the wind, the chaff that the
anything,
wind blow. You are
right.
here, you there, you everywhere.
Anything to shake your
No control.
foundation.
My favorite saying to a person like that is like, anybody ever told you look like a struck match? And they be like, a struck match? I'm like, think about it. You take a match and you strike it, that flame all over the place. Just look wild and crazy. That's how you. So, if you don't use this,
Right.
like you said, the young lady, the first planes incident, if you could have waited till you got to where you was going or wherever they was gonna land at when they supposed to land and do
Hmm.
your complaint, you wouldn't have none of these problems. Now, mind you,
Hmm.
y'all ain't taking off right now and you're not landing right now. So you can record everything that you saying that you disagreeing with this flight attendant or flight attendants. Record they
Hmm.
butts. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
live, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now you got your receipts. But instead, you flip off. You get to acting crazy. And then you thinking
They
that you
can't.
justified. You thinking that you
Hmm.
justified on this federal airline. And now you got charges. Now you got
Right.
charges.
Now
And
you
you
can't.
barely
Now
had the
you
money to
can't
take
vote.
this flight.
Right.
You
Now you
barely
can't
had the
vote.
money to take this flight.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you got you gotta worry about if you got kids, you gotta worry about your kids being taken. Oh, she's not all the way up there.
Right.
Hmm.
What she's doing in this household. Now we gotta look and see somebody probably because you acting like that on the plane. I can just imagine
Can't
if you would have been,
volunteer at your kids'
you could have
school.
put your hands on me. Oh, these
Yeah,
kids ain't in a stable environment.
Yep. You can't even volunteer
I'm
at your
telling
kids'
you.
school as a felon. What are we doing?
Yeah. And
You ain't
understand that even to that, like we were just saying about social media, because understand for her to be able to have videoed that on the plane, she paid for the media so that she could be on the web on the plane. Because you have to download to get Wi-Fi when you're in the air.
Yeah.
You have to put in, you put in your card to be able to use your phone on the Wi-Fi while you're flying. Other than that, your signal is going to be out until you land. So
You know
she
that?
wants to be on social media because the fact that she
Yeah.
recorded it in the air, you done that on purpose. Okay?
Right. Now you on here looking stupid.
Right. If I
Okay.
find out she was on Spirit, we is fighting. If I
Now
find
you
out
on
she
here
Oh
paid
looking
no.
low
crazy.
price
Oh no.
for $22,
She was on my favorite airline, American Airlines, because I fly them all the time.
oh, she showed out.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between them and Spirit?
Spirit is $27 a seat. American Airlines is $300 and something a seat. Okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yeah.
Spirit is so
I take
Spirit.
that $27.
Right.
That's good for
Spirit.
me.
Right.
I'm
That's
a
what
ball on
I'm
a
saying.
budget.
You could go anywhere on Spirit, but I'm saying you supposed to know how to act. But I mean, yeah, if you're going somewhere short, quick little weekend trip, hit Spirit, $20. Take your little bag with you, bam. Take it on with you. That's it. That's all. You get to your destination.
Make sure it's a little bag.
Right.
Hold on. Let me share this with you. She acted a fool, right? On this
Mhm.
plane.
Mhm.
Not knowing that the feds is running this, right? So now, boom, they find you guilty and tell you, oh yeah, you ain't gonna be able to get on no airlines no more. You ain't gonna be able to do this and do that.
Yeah, that's
Guess
what
what?
happened.
Consequences. They don't think about
This the
it's
kicker.
just like, yeah, it's the
Here go
consequences
the
they
kicker.
don't think about.
What
They
you say,
just
man?
act first.
Here go the kicker. You are going to be able to get on those airlines. You know why? Because in order to ship you to the FBOP, we
Right,
got to put you on the plane. So we're gonna put
right.
you on this plane. Guess what? This ride is gonna be totally different from the rides that you used to. I had the experience that when I went to federal prison. They handcuff you to the plane.
Con Air.
You handcuffed. Your waist and your feet is chained to the floor of the plane.
Mm,
Got you up there in Con Air.
Everybody else, the FBI that's gonna ride with you, it might be 8 to 10 of
mhm.
them, and the pilot and all of them, they all ain't got they ain't got no handcuffs on.
Right,
So now you don't went from flying freely to locked and chains flying.
right.
Mhm.
Getting flued
Can't
out.
go, you can't
Don't think
record that,
just
can you?
by not thinking.
You ain't got no phone to record that. You can't go live on that.
Right. Somebody else taping you. Look at this here.
You want to be
Shoot.
quick mouthed and flipped and okay.
Man, I'm sorry. You can't take your
It's
kids
spring
to this
break.
school.
Get ready, y'all, because y'all
You
know
have that
that's
right
just the
mindset.
beginning. Spring break is starting. So it's just the beginning. Keep your
She
eyes
should have been
open
respect. She should have
and
been
watch
respecting
the
her
news.
elders.
Right.
If she knew how to respect her elders, she would have knew how to carry herself on that flight.
Those are just
Mm-hmm.
like those are just simple fruits of the spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control is number one. And I don't understand. It's that self-control that gets you every time.
Right.
I used to have a problem with self-control. I control myself now. But I mean,
I think you probably still got it.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
guilty.
Oh,
it's like
you were
look,
saying that?
it's like Prego, it's in there. Okay?
It's in there. It's in there. Okay.
It's much like
It's in there.
Prego, it's in there. But I
Mhm.
got more control of it now than where I used to set it off, but I mean like because I try not to show my kids too much of that, especially
Right.
with because they young men, they got to go out in this world. Jeremiah, he's the
Right.
king of self-control. And
Yeah.
little Flip, back in the day. You know, Armand, he used to always set it off, but he's got self-control.
That's what I ain't seen in 1,000 years.
He still said it all.
Yeah, right. But he's more peaceful with it now. But I mean, it
He
ain't
got
to
the
the
He
point
humbleness.
thinks
where
more.
it's not that
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ever have to see the police at the door. Put it like that. So
That's the good thing.
I will say, I am proud that they do exhibit that they do show their elders respect. That there is some semblance of children around here who have sense. Like
Yep.
Jada just came over here a minute ago. It's her birthday. Shout out to Jada. Happy birthday, boo.
Hey, Jada.
Yeah, and she
That's my bonus. That's my bonus granddaughter. Soon as my grandson decide what his career is.
Okay.
he quit running, and she she come in here. She said, "Hey, Miss Rose, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, Jada, what's up?" So she come in here. She talked with me for a little bit. Then she went on about her business. She just left out, going to enjoy herself. I was like, "Girl, don't let me see you on the news." And she was like, "Nope, only my mama."
Let me see you on the news. Huh?
She said, "Nope, only my mama. We done with
Right.
that." I
Right.
said, so I told her, I said it's funny that the time you are on the shade room, it's not because you acting crazy. It's because you standing there with a smile next to your mama. And she was like, I said it's good to see a young person on the shade room who ain't acting crazy. She was
Who
like, I
ain't
didn't
acting
even think
crazy?
about it like that.
Say all smiles.
All smiles, looking gorgeous, as she
Yeah.
Oh,
was.
she's such a sweetheart. She is.
Yes.
So
And even
My
when they,
grandson gonna marry her one day.
yeah, and
he's
that was
coming. He just don't want y'all to force it on him.
well, the thing is, she was, it's with her, she's all about self-control because last week when they was coming at her mama, she really wanted to go on the Instagram. We were talking about it on Instagram, me and her back and forth. She's like, I really want to go on the Instagram, cuss these people out by how they coming at my mama. And I said, Jada, I said, there's some fights that we don't have to fight. That's a fight for God. You ain't got to fight that battle, baby. So,
Yeah, they got a little hot in here, but she said it and she meant it. And the word is the word. And
the
everybody
whole,
got mad because she talked about Beyonce.
yeah, so
The problem with that is that you bring a lot more other people that you have no idea who's on the other side of this computer
right.
into your business. And so that makes you even madder because they either point out some good points that you're talking about or they're bashing you for what you're doing by coming on here, bringing you and your mom business on here. So it's hard
Right.
to balance that out. So me
Right.
personally, I'm not taking our business, family business, or my in-home business. I'm not putting that out there.
Yeah, and that's what
I
I
ain't
was
got time.
saying.
I ain't got time.
Yeah,
Like
and that's what
Yeah.
Renika went on Maury.
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna do
not
that
on
with
Maury.
you.
Renika
See,
went on Steve Wilkos and it made some accusations while I was, locked away. So when I come home
mhm.
and I finally see it, and then jump on Facebook, all the Muskegon that know Renika, and then some that don't know her, she this, she crazy. Hold on, y'all. At the end of the
Right.
day, those of
That's
you
my
that know,
sister.
that's still my little sister. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And she did what she in her head, not ours, in her head, she did what she thought was best. She followed through on it, but it backfired because it came out that you're lying.
Oh, don't even
But
worry about it. Listen, Penny was on
if
Judge
she
Judy
really,
next week, so it's all right.
it ain't even that. They was trying to bash her, talking about, God dang well, he ain't do this. We don't know.
We don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So if my niece said that this happened or that happened, she did what she was supposed to do. She was trying to follow through with it. Most parents
Right.
would have just ignored it. Oh, she trying to steal my man, like on the movie Precious. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But she did make herself look crazy. But social media took it
Hype that
to
thing up.
where, you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
y'all
We just
know what? I must be old because I missed all of that.
Oh, that was like 20. Well, here's the thing, Melly. I was in my bed. I was sick that day, and I was laying down, and my back was to the TV, and I said, "That sounds like my little cousin on TV. That sounds like my little cousin." I woke up and I turned around and said, "That ain't Renika. Quit playing with me today." And I was like, "What the what?" So then I flipped back
No.
over. So then the next week I was laying there, and I said, "Man, this sounds like my cousin Penny on TV." And I looked over, and there go Penny on TV. I said, "What is we doing? How much is these checks? Because I need."
Renika was on that
Well,
thing.
y'all know we all got those family members who have made their fame to claim
Look,
on what show or the other. But
listen, they just
even if it wasn't on live
She,
TV,
right.
somewhere
she
at
wasn't
some
trying to
point
make
in
her
time we done
fame.
showed our behind, or they done did some things that maybe they regret down the line. We all have. And that's that part right there where I tell people that's why we do real talk. Because we keep it real. You
Many
know,
things.
ain't nobody over here professing like they ain't never done nothing wrong.
I've
What
done
we are
anything.
telling you are that there are consequences to the actions. And once we
Right.
learned about those consequences and we know we don't want to suffer them anymore, we've learned how to correct those actions.
Yeah, and
So we telling y'all so you don't have to make the same mistake. But if some of y'all insist on going knock your head, go ahead. But what
no,
I say at the beginning of this show is you have the right to agree or
or
disagree with anything that we say.
I disagree.
We hope that a word said here will not only help you to be better, but do better. All
and
right,
I've been
keep it
doing
moving,
better.
y'all.
I know I'm proud of my cousin for doing better. I'm proud of you for doing better. You ain't too, I'm proud of me, cuz. I'm proud of you, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
never would I
I'm proud
thought
of you,
in
mama, for
years
doing better.
that we would
I,
all be sitting here talking on the same talk show. And this is just a blessing from the Lord because, you know, we all of this could have been a whole nother way. You know, I could not even be here from a lot
Look,
of my bad decisions.
here's
uh,
the
You
funny
know,
thing.
I could be pushing up daisies right now.
I
So, you know, folks who running around, a lot of times I get on here because I need to give back. I want to give back. I want to see our young people in the hometown do better. But we can't force feed you. You can lead a
right.
horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
look. I
Yeah.
said I was laughing last week. I was laughing at us. I went and I rewatched the
I missed
video.
it last week, but I guess you got to send me the link every
No, I
week,
mean
don't
when
you?
I was with the last week we was here, all together, and I said, I was chuckling. My nurse was laughing. She was like, "What you laughing about?" I said, "If you only knew." I said,
Okay.
"Probably some people in our hometown looking like I know not. I know it ain't them three. I know not. No, uh-uh, no,
Say
I
not
know
that
not.
three, huh?
Right." I
Man.
said, "But that's how you know God is who He is, because you gonna do what He say you gonna do.
And he wants you to
You
do it.
do it. You can do it the easy way, you can do the hard way, but it's gonna get done."
I'm gonna give you free choice. You
Right,
got that. You got free will.
right.
But at the end
Yeah.
of the day,
It's my
God's saying,
will.
I expect this.
Right.
I don't expect that.
Right. My will be
And you
done.
know, and that's one of those things I would love to see happen. We communicate through social media with a lot of people from hometown, and I still try to, you know, touch base. We'll holler at each other in the DM, but some of them still go back, and
Right.
it would just be so awesome to, you know, be able to go back and host an event that, you know, would bring our young people into an area where they are able to be to hear about the history of all the stuff they're tearing up. I mean, you know, even y'all as young people,
We
you
can
can
walk
remember
around
being in
and
your
do what we wanted
hometown.
to
You
do.
could walk down the street and
Oh yeah.
climb a tree and,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, go fishing and sneaking behind the wire and all kinds of,
Right, right,
Right.
right, right.
Done
you
all
know.
three.
going, to
it's
the school, the after school programs, playing cage ball.
like right now they trying to come up with this organization where it's called Take Muskegon Back. And
Hmm.
then there was this young lady I was, we were good friends and we was kind of trying to build something. And she a part of this program. So right there by the project somewhere, they got a garden. So now
Ooh.
they've been taking care of this garden or whatever. And then they convinced the city to get the news people to come out and, document this. Now she
Hmm.
been spreading the word in the projects to these, because there's a lot of young kids out there doing what they do with the violence. So she letting everybody know, like, look, we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be doing that. So can y'all just be mindful? We're gonna have these people. We okay, yeah. And soon as the day come for these news people to come out there, they did the opposite.
They went and showed their
You know,
heat.
they showed you know what I'm saying, they true colors. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You let it come out. Y'all get to shooting. Broad daylight. You know what I'm
Like y'all
saying?
been shooting,
Like,
right? Like y'all been shooting before. Every time a camera come around, y'all gotta act like this what it is. Y'all ain't,
come on, man.
you don't sit down.
Come on now.
But
If you,
Y'all
a
see,
lot
they
of
they not
times
they not
too.
thinking about they little bitty brothers and sisters that's running around out here that's helping put this garden together. You putting their
right,
lives in jeopardy. You putting other people. It's old people out here.
right.
You know what? Now I ain't gonna say old people, elderly people. Like you made bad decisions. So they make it harder for the Take Back Muskegon community, the Boys
Well,
and Girls Club. I don't like the Boys and Girls Club. It's not ran like how you see in the bigger cities or in
it's
a
not.
bigger state.
It's not even
They
ran
got
like that.
it at Nelson School, and I can't say they got a budget or not because you don't see them doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, your kids pay this $5 application fee, and they stay up here at this school, and they might get T-shirts and they might play basketball at the court, something like
They
that.
don't. Right.
But
They don't
when
have
you
the
see
football
these bigger
team.
inner cities and bigger states, what I see on TV when they talk about Boys and Girls Club, they really got learning programs. They
Yeah.
got mentorships. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Hmm.
might be a
Hmm.
mentor to little John John,
Yep.
you know. So John John, he can call me every time he get out of school or he whatever. He can call me and I'm supposed to show up. You're not getting that.
Yeah.
So for
You
Muskegon,
know
you gotta
something. You know something too. And that really has been heavy. It has been heavy on my heart. And Rose could really tell you, how often we have been talking about it. Just obtaining some property there, just to go
Hmm.
back and just to help. But I will tell you what I have learned is that it's not only in your community, but you have to get to that administration, that leadership, who's in
Hmm.
charge. Because when the cameras came out there, um, where was the police? Where was the protection? Um, one thing you have to do is, I don't know why I got an echo right here. Something going down, y'all. Somebody chiming in something. I don't know. But one thing you have to do is, in elections, you need to speak to your representatives. The people who are up there on Capitol Hill supposedly representing your state or representing your city and your council. You need to go to that city hall. And if those people are not doing what they're supposed to do, all these young people, I bet you if you took if you did an evaluation in that city, how many people actually get out and go vote? Because they feel like vote don't matter. Oh, it ain't gonna change nothing. But what you don't understand, this is how you change it. One person at a time, one vote at a time, one voice at a time, one child at a time. If you don't save the one, didn't Jesus go back for the one and left the 99?
I think Muskegon has adapted to that's the new trend on social media. So now
Hmm.
you got more people is starting to vote, but it doesn't. They think, okay, I vote, that's them. I'll wait to the next year or the next 4 years or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's,
saying? And that's it. They don't go to the town meeting. Well, they don't really have town meetings, but whatever you want to
right.
classify them as, when they're dealing with something that's dealing with the county and the city. They're not showing up for that.
Right. They don't go
You know
to
what I'm saying?
where.
They're not going to that. They're not being boisterous. You're
Yeah.
not hands-on.
They're not
You
voting
just,
for
I
judges.
voted. I want to
Yeah,
show
they're not.
live. I don't got to show live that I just voted.
Right. You're not
You
voting
need
for
to
judges.
make
I
sure.
voted.
Voting happens every 2 years, not every 4.
Mhm.
No,
Because
I
they
mean, I'm
don't.
just,
They no, I know what you're saying, but what people don't recognize, yes, they don't mind that you come out and vote for the presidency. It's the small votes that the ones that control your judges, the one who control your representatives, that they
county.
don't really want you out there for. They're not going to advertise that because they want to keep the judges the same, and that's with any party that you vote for. They don't want somebody who, what I'm saying, who's gonna look at a person, what I'm saying. They don't want like Joe Schmo winning the seat of the judge in that county. You know what I'm saying? Your judges make a difference on whether he gonna send somebody to a program to get help or whether they're gonna send them to prison for life. And so if you look up, it's been the same judges that I can tell you right now. Just the
Most
judge.
of them die out of their
It's,
position
it's
because
a couple new ones,
Right.
but
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 but they're
most
put
of
there
the
because of
judges
other
there
people who
end up being
deserve it.
so old that they die out of the positions. And people have to understand we have to educate our people, not just about voting for your president, but get your electoral and legislative together within your city and your state. Because if you
Hmm.
want to make a change, that's where you have to start. The
Yeah.
same old person shouldn't be running your zoning commission and all of this that's been there 90 years and now they can't even see the street light, but they in charge of zoning.
Right.
Okay.
right. So,
Be
Yeah.
informed. So
now it goes back to social media
Yeah.
again. I hate to keep saying it, but it goes back to
No,
they
it does.
only doing what they doing. They only do it for likes or hearts.
Yeah. And that ain't no money.
Somebody, somebody,
That's it.
somebody posted a question. Somebody posted a question the other day. He said, "I wonder when somebody say pray for me or send prayers up for me, and y'all actually put those prayer hands on there. Do you actually say a prayer for whoever's asking, or you just put them prayer hands on there?"
I
I
just
said, you
say,
know what? That's
right,
a good question.
right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
it.
Because for one, you know what I'm saying, if you don't consciously say a prayer for that person, you basically put that on there just so somebody can say, "Oh, yeah, I seen Rose on your stat. She hit you with the prayer hand, said keep your head up." But did Rose pray for that person? You know what I'm saying? So y'all do it for life.
Yeah.
So as far as voting for your legislators and all of that,
Yeah.
and making sure the judges is doing what they supposed, make sure everybody's in the right. Look at the school systems.
Oh man, I ain't
Look
never
at
in my life
teachers.
since so many schools shut down. Man, I remember being able to just walk where I can remember being a little kid. My grandma sending me to go get her some cigarettes and on my little bike and stuff.
Why you gonna talk about your grandmama like
First of all,
that?
everybody I wasn't the only kid in there buying the cigarettes. I wasn't the only one. We was all in them stores.
Roosevelt,
But it's
Yep,
true. It's
Roosevelt,
yep,
real talk.
yeah.
Roosevelt
Yeah,
School is apartments now.
your grandmama would send you
What?
with that note and have you get them cigarettes. Hmm.
Was your
And wasn't
mama?
nobody gonna
'Cause my
rob
mama sent us.
you. Right. Wasn't
So
nobody gonna
I
rob
can, t-
you though.
I can tell people I've
Mm.
been buying cigarettes since I was 7, 8 years old.
Hey, thank you. On my bike. Put them in my banana seat
and guess
basket and keep it moving.
and guess what?
As
Both
long
of
as I
y'all
got
knew you better brought them cigarettes back home and you better not open them and you sure didn't
Right.
smoke none.
The Virginia Slim.
no,
And
just
we knew
make
how to
sure I
count the
got
pieces.
10 cents.
Right.
I got
So I
10
can
cents. I got 10 pieces of penny candy.
thank you.
I don't care.
That's all I
I
need.
don't care about no. My mama told me to give you this note.
Right. Here you go.
Mhm.
Throw it in the bag.
She want a pack of, see,
See,
Newports wasn't big back then. She want a
Right.
pack of Cools. She want a
Virginia
Mr.
Slim
Goodbye
menthol.
and a red Fago.
Right.
And these 10
And
pieces of candy.
right. And that
What?
Fago was 25 cents.
right.
Don't come
Come
with
on,
the
man.
smoke.
See, kids don't know nothing about that
That's the
nowadays. They
that's
they
the
You know
just
what I'm
that's
saying?
all
the
the good
that's
stuff.
the Muskegon we know. That's the Muskegon
You
we
can't
know.
send the kid. You can't send a kid to the store like that nowadays.
Yeah. At that
They
little
gonna look
store
at you
right there by
crazy
the
though.
projects. The little store right there by the projects. Right
Our
there.
Aunt Thelma stole Mr. Richards, and then
Yep,
we had
there
Mr.
it is,
Williams.
Mr. Richards.
Mr.
Mr.
Richards. That
Richards.
was Aunt Thelma though. That was Aunt Thelma though. So
Yep, that's where I used to go, right in there, Mr. Richards.
or go to Mr. Williams, but right there by King School. King School,
Yeah.
they closed that down. They had the best math program in
Yeah.
Muskegon.
Oh,
That's closed down. That's been closed down for a
you
nice
done
little
closed
minute now.
King down too.
What they do with Roosevelt?
Roosevelt, they made Roosevelt into apartments. Glendale, they done closed Glendale, but they done tore Glendale down. Glendale is nowhere, it's no longer there.
Oh
It's nothing
no.
there right now. King closed down. Edgewood's still open. Want to say no, Loftus in Lindbergh might still be running. I ain't for sure about Loftus because remember the corner store, 6th Street Market, they done tore that down. That's no longer there. That was a
I don't
landmark.
think Lindbergh is operating
Hold on a
anymore.
minute, y'all. Hold on. We got to
No,
get
it's still
spirits
the
in the house.
building
We
itself
got
is
to get
still there. I
spirits
don't
in the
think
house.
they operate.
Who it is? Who is it? Who is it? Put that
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
it, man.
Put that right there.
What you doing,
Hold
mama?
that phone right
Mama, what you doing?
What's up, cuz?
What you doing,
Grab
mama?
that phone. Grab that
What's
phone.
happening, man?
Hey,
You
fresh out the pee.
That's it.
What's happening, man?
Nah, I ain't doing nothing. What y'all on here doing?
We ain't doing
We're
nothing.
rapping.
We trying to figure out what you do.
Fresh out of work. Fresh out of work. Good
We
fortune.
fresh at work right now. We trying to educate the population.
Oh, mama, what you on here doing? Telling people stories.
We educated.
Oh, y'all educating
That's
people?
right.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna be in it. I done work 14 hours. I'm gonna educate the bed because I'm going to sleep. That's
You just educated them. You just showed them. You
That's
just got
my
on work.
baby. I love you.
love you too, mama.
That's my cousin
Hey,
twin.
my birthday on Tuesday.
Mama, I know when your birthday is. I know when it is. I love you.
Look at everybody with the same smile. I
All
cannot.
I want
So
is
she
a
want
visit.
that new chill. She want a chill pet.
Listen, I don't know what you want, mama, but I got about $3. All right, and we're gonna have to work something out.
Hey,
We're gonna work
George, you
something
supposed
out.
to freeze in the camera.
You just hold on. You just hold on to that for me, then. I one day I need it.
Let it
That's what
pile
I'm
up.
gonna do. I love y'all. Oh,
We love you too,
Love
baby.
you more,
Drive
cuz.
safely home, okay?
all right, mama.
Billy said, "Love you both."
I'll tell Melly, you know I love her. Melly know I love her.
Boy, that's your cousin.
Man, I ain't seen him in so long, man. That shit crazy.
Like, looking
That stuff
just
crazy.
who
My
we
bad,
look
cussing on him. Man,
Y'all know y'all
that was
cousins,
good.
don't you?
Yeah.
Favor, definitely.
He lucky I got my little hair. I cut my hair off. We really be looking. How they look?
Yeah.
How is he on that camera and on this camera? Oh yeah, we there. We locked in.
He died in checking on his sister.
That's what's up. That's a blessing right there. You know.
Absolutely,
That is a blessing.
absolutely. I'm so grateful to God that, I'm able to just see my babies and my nephews, and it's just such a blessing, and it just hurts my heart that every time I hear how, the children are suffering back there. And sometimes, at some point in time, we all have to like just try to do whatever we can, to try to help educate them. A lot of the young mothers now, the mothers are younger. So this babies parenting babies in a lot of situations, and they haven't really had
That's a main
parents.
problem. It's the main
Yeah,
problem because, like you said, the mothers is younger, and the mothers is they're not being taught how to be a mother, so they
yeah.
think that I'm this child's friend.
I ain't
No,
Mhm.
nobody friend.
my mama was never my friend. My mama was my mama.
Mhm.
My siblings, those was my siblings, and they was my friends outside of my household. Then I had other friends.
Mm-hmm.
But when
Mhm.
we couldn't
Gotta
go
keep that
outside, my friends was my sisters.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't have a little brother.
Absolutely.
My little brother didn't come until now. He like 21. So you got to think. My mama had 9 kids, so I didn't grow up having a little brother on my mom or
Yeah,
dad's side. I had all sisters.
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
y'all.
So it's like,
We
I had to
we
use my dude cousins to say
yeah
that they my brothers.
yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. That's my cousin. That's my brother. So it's like,
Right.
shoot.
So
That's how
Rosemary,
we
you was
grew up.
about to say something?
I was gonna say that you know what, that we had came to a conclusion last week. I'm trying to figure out those three teenagers just entered my house and I'm trying to wonder why. Um Last week,
Um,
we was talking about how the music, when Cuz Melly was talking about the music and the media. Bye, babies. Bye, y'all be good. Drive safe. They was talking about how the music, how the music that we had was like love songs. People poured into us. You know what I'm saying? We got songs like "You Will Know," things that uplift us, and then now they ain't even got a love song.
Love songs. It's all
oh
freaky
man,
deaky sex
I was
songs.
waiting on you to bring one up, and then you was like,
They ain't
It's all
even
freaky
got
deaky
gotta
sex
play.
songs now.
right.
You know, you
Even
don't hear
like
no conscious rap like it used to be.
right,
It's all shoot 'em up, bang bang, killer.
right. It ain't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mama playing Tupac real loud, as and I can't even. I mean, Tupac was on the brink, for the change and stuff. But I'm just like, they ain't got no hope because if anything else raises you, it's your music. Your music raises you. What you take on is what what I'm saying. It kind of personifies how it kind of molds your world and what kind of mindset you be in. If you think about it
Your
right now,
environment, all of that.
some of your happiest times, somebody play Keith Sweat or Guy, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. We be like, oh yeah, remember we was on the porch dancing to that.
We locked in from there.
Right. Our music take us on a trip. They music, they listen to it and make them angry.
That music take us on a trip. This R&B music now take you straight from the bedroom.
Right. You don't need no
You going straight to the bedroom.
body. You
Don't get me wrong, it sound good, but we
right,
know that's where it's taking you.
right. That Afro beat is on point, but
But
You
the
be on
music
that
we
trying to
grew
think
up
of
on
what
is,
did he just say?
but now
you
look,
know,
no, it was yesterday, and somebody said that we was reviewing something, me and Jeremiah, and he was like, oh, they had something. He was like, oh, so they was taking one word from y'all songs and making it into a
ah,
whole song for them. I said, facts. They corrupting our song.
sampling.
Wait, yeah. I'm trying to think of what's that one song somebody was singing. I had my husband cracking up. I said, he doesn't say nothing but stay, stay, stay. And I was like, is he gonna say something else?
Is that about stanky leg?
Yeah.
It was some song I heard playing, and all it kept saying the words was stay. And I was like, is there some more lyrics to it? But
No.
back in the day, music had meaning. Words
Right.
had songs. It had meaning.
Our song.
Nowadays,
Right.
the songs that they have is just I don't get none of it. It's
Meaningless. This
kind
is
of
empty
crazy.
noise. And I ain't even trying to be the old person who don't like young people music, but y'all ain't got no substance. Our song stay was, it came with Jodeci boots and KC acting a fool rolling on the floor, a couple buttons off the shirt, something, what I'm saying? But even, he was taking care of the baby in the song and
It wasn't that too. It wasn't too explicit.
right.
Okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go ahead, and y'all know they might cancel me out, but that's okay. I pay for my own studio, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that football. I was so disappointed with halftime because so many things
Oh,
were so wrong with that display. For
oh,
our young people and our young women and music, the whole 9 yards of what football used to be. I can remember
um, the shade
Armand
room.
sitting on my lap watching football the day that Janet Jackson's booby got showed on TV. The first booby he ever seen, and they act like it was a shock to the world. But Super Bowl this year, this chick got a big old belly. She dressed in a devil red suit, grabbing her crotch, and she about 6, 7 months pregnant. Y'all help me with what was right with that.
Oh, they made the shade room today too, child. They done already had over 1,000 FCC. She getting fined for all of that.
Okay,
I doubt
because
it.
I want to know
I
what
doubt
it
it.
was anything
No,
correct
she's
I,
about
getting
that.
no, she's getting
Come
fined.
on,
She
Melly.
already got the
listen,
fine. Yeah.
if it is, I'm gonna tell you like this. whatever fine that she's getting dealt with, she's not gonna pay it. You know
No.
why? Because Jay-Z done struck a deal with them to
Yep.
where Jay-Z is the one that determines what content get displayed during the
Hmm.
halftime show.
And
That's
I
his
really,
artist.
you know what I think though? I think that was Jay-Z's plan to try to, because you know Rihanna is hotter than Beyonce, and I think that was Jay-Z's plan to try to undo Rihanna. Because if you think
Well, I don't
Rihanna
think
ain't
it
put it,
undid her. I
No.
think that she displayed the same display that his wife displays because, as we so clearly know, when we were just talking about Jada's mom and how everybody's shading her about what she said, but she came from the word of God when she was talking about the Beyonce cult. And I'm just gonna say it. But I'm gonna say this: even if he choose the halftime shows, there was nothing classy, nothing educational about that. And I don't care how they try to hype it up. It was a bad display for young women all around the world.
well, she came out with that "B better have my money." I thought this is going downhill fast. This is,
And it wasn't no secret that she was pregnant because she wasn't trying to hide it. That was the whole reason for the big red suit with the cape. Okay,
That was
that's
their
all
way
I'm
of
saying.
showing the world. That's showing the world I'm pregnant. I'm gonna have a baby. Okay, that's cool. But when you look at music now, there's only two things that makes money that's going diamond and going platinum: sex and violence,
Absolutely.
or
Well,
sex and
well,
crime.
now I'm gonna have to go back now because I am a Bruno Mars fan.
Okay.
Okay, because he bringing it, and when he sing happy music. His music make you feel good,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say that most of his music that I've heard has been clean. Ain't been all of that grabbing and hooching and humping and the name calling and stuff. Now, okay, now I might have put an R rating on the Versace on the floor. But
Yeah.
Bruno
Yeah.
is my boy because he sings good music that make you feel good. And I'm just gonna say that his representation his presentation is always classic. I want to say that young women today that are in that industry, in the music industry, the artists, start using your mind and not your body. Use your brain and not your body, okay? Um, I think the Whisper said it best. They know I don't own the rights to any of their music. But when you talk about Olivia
they don't
Slave, and if
either.
you ain't heard the song, go back and listen to it. Real
Listen,
music, okay? You
they
got
don't know.
distracted somewhere along your way.
Right. To
Okay,
your mother's house.
so get it together
Don't have me put it turn my
and
music
be
on.
the example for young women that they need because our
I
young
still,
women are out here getting knocked up, baby after baby after baby, because that's what they see. It's the examples that are set before them. I don't, Rihanna stood up on that stage over there, and I'm gonna say your name at
Ah,
the halftime show with now husband, two babies, and you think that's cute.
that's
And that's
real.
the example our young ladies have to follow. Now, come on, tell me if I'm wrong, because you
I
got
don't,
the right to agree or disagree with anything I say here. I'm
I
still gonna
don't
love
think
I
you.
it.
can't, I can't, hey, I don't see AT. I didn't got to, I didn't, when the Super Bowl, was going on, I was in front of my computer. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dominic, and them, we all at his wife people's them house at her brother house. And while they was focused on the game, I was doing homework, doing my little testing stuff. So
Oh,
then
what you do?
finally, when finally I got done and the halftime show came out, I'm outside. And then my little cousins them come in there like, oh hey, talking to my other little cousins, like, Rihanna on stage. So I catch the back end of her performance. So I couldn't really see, okay, what did she
Oh,
do so good or what she do so bad until
she.
after I get on social media and everybody like, oh my God, that was the
Yeah.
worst show ever.
ever,
That was this and that was that, and blah, blah, speaking. I'm like,
ever,
Rihanna?
ever.
So
But
I don't even want
I
to double back. I didn't even double back to go watch her performance. I just
yeah,
took it for
Mhm.
face value from what the way other people, and then now I get somebody that I know personally
yeah.
telling me,
It was in bad taste,
you
very
know,
bad
I
taste.
Yeah.
seen her in all the red. I seen her lifted up over the, the crowd. I seen all of that. Then I see
Elevated.
her leaving, and I see her on the back of the little go-kart, and they hit her with the champagne. Like,
I
It
will
was
say
just,
it is.
let me see
it
that.
was a whole display to me of idol worship.
It was
Um, the choices of
disgusting.
colors, the
Oh yeah,
display.
all that
Okay, I want to
imagery.
take y'all back to the time in biblical, and I know y'all know the word. Go back to them biblical days of Baal. You know, when the fertility idol, where they would, be pregnant and have babies to slay on the altar. Uh, you know, sacrifice them to the idol, to Baal. And to me, she was dressed as an idol because that red color she chose, or whoever chose for her, she looked like a giant devil floating in the air. Everybody look up here and worship me. And everything that she was doing, it wasn't nothing godly about it.
It wasn't nothing.
And
She
I'm not saying that every time she sang a song, or everybody's songs have to be holier than thou. But if people of God,
you ain't got to be
recognize
testing
the
all over
enemy when you
yourself.
see it. And
This is
and she was just dressed like to me, it was like a big old devil. And all these hundreds of peoples was out here worshiping her, floating in the sky.
all in
Then
the
you
white.
got millions because you got people sitting at home. You're not
Yeah,
just the
Floating in the
people that's in the
sky.
stadium. You
yeah.
ain't just
It
got the
was,
people in the stadium. You got millions.
and
You
little
got people
kids
all over the
watching
whole
it.
world. Of course.
It was horrible. I
Now,
was
how
embarrassed.
many people don't have a clear concept of who they are and looked at that, and because some people hold that Super Bowl halftime as the holy grail in their life. you know, you have some people that truly worship those who take that stage, center stage at a halftime on Super Bowl. How about there was some two old men who've been going to the Super Bowl almost 80 something years and never missed Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So they just get them tickets now.
I done seen
But
Right. Yeah,
every
you just
halftime show known to man, and then have to
mhm,
be experienced to this in
yeah,
their
mhm,
elderly age. Like,
yeah.
what? Now,
That
this
was
is nothing
disgusting.
right.
like when I first seen the first halftime show to this one.
It was
Yeah,
disgusting. I was like,
it's
wow. I was
going
by myself
downhill
and I was
every
embarrassed.
year. Every year
Well, I
it's
don't know.
getting worse and worse.
Last year was the Chips.
Hmm.
Last year with Dr. Dre, Snoop, and all of them.
They took it
Mary,
back.
The last year was the chips.
the
They
whole
took
yeah.
it back.
I love that. I love that. I
They took
loved
it
it.
back to the old school.
Chips.
Snoop, Dre,
It was pure
all the
teen
old
entertainment.
school singers.
Eminem, all of that. That was pure entertainment. I don't know what that was Rihanna did. I don't even know. That was horrible.
Uh, I
She
just
ain't
know
even
that
had
our
an
young
album in
women,
10 years. Maybe I think what
I'm
six,
not a
7 years. Why is she up there?
I'm not a sports person, but
Huh?
I don't, and
What?
I mess a lot of people head up, and I'm like, I don't watch that. They be like, what? Especially a lady.
I
I don't
just
watch
think
that.
that it was poor taste for young women as an example, because she is supposed to be one of the icons that young women look up to. And it was in very poor
Beyonce or Rihanna?
taste. Yeah.
Beyonce
Uh,
or Rihanna? Who you talking about?
Who?
Rihanna,
Rihanna.
Okay.
when she did the half show, it was in very poor
It was
taste,
bad. It was
as an
horrible.
example for young women, because like I said, you held nothing back. You did all the freaky stuff up there that you wanted to do,
Yeah.
and just your presentation alone was a bad example for young women. I would not want one of my granddaughters to be calling you one of their mentors, in that statue.
Number one, I think she was kind of forced to do it. Honestly.
Well, like I said, consequences to your actions.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think she was kind of forced to do it. Rihanna has not had an album in in 5 or 6 years. She's been mainly doing her fashion line. But I also know this is the first time Beyonce wasn't at the Super Bowl with her husband. Um, it's something going on there, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if Rihanna's trying to get out of the situation. I don't know if you know what I'm saying? Because they don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't serve her a purpose to perform at the Super Bowl. Why?
Well, it must have served her something that she would chance getting that high in the sky, even though they had a harness on her, knowing that she's pregnant. I mean, something it serves some purpose. Trust me.
Yeah,
Think
that's
about
what
what
I'm
you just
saying.
said.
Yeah,
Think about what you just said. You said you don't get paid. So
right.
how y'all gonna find? How you gonna find me for doing volunteer work?
They find them. Well, all of these are Jay-Z's artists. So
Think about it. Think about it,
you
cuz
know, yeah, they don't
ain't no
right,
fine. We're gonna put this out here in the mass media. I bet you we don't see no
right.
bank statement saying it came up out of her account. You ain't
It
gonna
ain't
never
gonna
see
come.
that.
It surely ain't
You ain't
coming
gonna
out of
never see
here.
that.
It surely ain't coming
You
out of
don't see
here.
it. She ain't coming out
And
of nothing.
it's kind of
You
like
finna get on this
it was
stage. You
kind of
finna do
like
this.
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of like
That's what
when
you
the
gonna do.
Janet Jackson thing happened, and they talked about the big fine. Well, I want to know how big is the fine? It's not like you putting a dent in their pocket because even though you say they're doing it for free, the publicity alone and the products that they sold behind all of this more than compensates them
Don't put a
for
dent in
whatever that
nothing.
fine is going to be.
Here's what I'm
That fine ain't gonna put it. That fine. The them ratings didn't put a dent in nothing because they done already got paid for what they was already put
right,
out there.
right.
Everybody
You
done
can't
paid
take
their
that back.
tickets.
But this,
Everybody paid their tickets. Everybody paid their light bills to have electricity so
yeah,
you can watch it. Or your
Right.
cable bill. Everybody, shoot, you pay for your food right there.
but here's the thing.
You pay for your glass of beer or whatever they serving alcohol right there. Shoot.
Yeah, you
I
can't take it back.
understand. Yeah, I understand what her job was in the spiritual realm,
She
but
understood the assignment.
I also right. She had to do what she had to do in the spiritual realm because there's no excuse why everybody who is under Jay-Z and Beyonce are billionaires. Do you understand me? That is unnatural wealth. And
You only named two.
the only person who's only not a billionaire now is Kanye, and that's because he said he didn't want no parts of them. And so now he's just a half of a millionaire, 400 million now.
He back. He back.
Overnight. Oh, he back?
Oh, cuz he back. He back.
Oh, he
That's the
back?
new. That's the new news now. They just
Oh,
sell him and Adidas just sell. They just settled a deal. They got to
oh,
sell the rest of that 500 million in Yeezys, so they had to come back to him and
oh,
settle. Yeah. So
oh,
Yeah, he back in.
they had to put his name back on the shoe.
they couldn't take it off.
But here's the thing, because now he's coming back under a different contract. He's not coming back under the same one. You see, because
Long
now
as they put him,
Adidas,
long as they put
Adidas,
him back in that bracket that he was in.
right,
He said y'all
Adidas,
couldn't do this no way. Y'all
right,
couldn't do this. So I'm gonna let y'all have y'all fun. Media, social media, trying
social
to make it
media.
like Yeezy was crazy. Like he
Yeah,
didn't know what he was doing.
I
He
don't
knew what
think
he
he's
was doing.
crazy. I don't
I
think he's
don't
Well,
either
crazy.
I'm gonna tell
at
y'all
all.
this. Social media has played a large it has placed a large significance in our everybody's lives, young and old.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Um,
community.
there are good sides to it and there are bad sides. But what I say most important is that we always educate on it because we have a lot of children that are being influenced, young and old people being influenced by the social media. And everywhere you go, I always say, remember, somebody's always watching because somebody got a camera on you somewhere, no matter where you go.
No matter where
So
you go.
always be mindful of your actions.
I'm so happy I'm living up right now because I couldn't put the camera back
And look how
then.
long that song was.
Ooh, ooh,
Y'all know
ooh.
I was sitting in the house and I told my husband the other day, I said, if she do it one more time, I'm gonna unplug her.
What I
Um,
do?
I was whispering something, and then when I talked to my Alexa, she whispered it back.
I told you. I'm not dealing with her. I'm not talking to none of them.
Technology. Listen, I could I call home to Michigan and I talk to somebody, right? Now, prime example. Like somebody might call me when I get off of here with y'all. Somebody might call me, or I might get in the mode and call somebody, and we'll get talking. And I'm like, oh, guess who I just talked to? You know who? I just talked to Aunt Joyce and Rosemary. Da 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 da. And we talked about this and we talked about that. We talk about that for a minute, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. And then I'll probably bring up a movie or a show or some type of product. And I'm on the phone with this person.
Come
And
on,
then get off the phone. Before I know it, I jump on Facebook. Now, how the hell
This
Facebook
is
know to
come on.
put this on
right.
my
Commercials,
timeline
commercials coming up about what you was talking about.
about what I'm talking
Advertisement
about?
coming up.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
They always
People
listen.
better learn how to
They listen.
unplug.
You can't.
Better learn how to unplug
You
because
can't.
understand that if that thing can run ads through your phone about something you talking about, you know how they always say be careful because Big Brother listening.
He always listen.
Listen.
Well,
Anytime,
now all the
anytime.
social media and electronics and stuff, it makes it
It was
even more
listening.
accessible.
What you say,
Once
man?
People
once they
can't even
came
go
out with
nowhere
cell
without their
phones,
phone. Okay.
once they came out with cell phones, they've been listening. If
Mm-hmm.
it's something, if I didn't invent this mouse to my laptop, right? If I invented this, and I don't want them listening to what I'm saying, and I don't want them listening to what I'm saying to you, I make sure you got one of these. And if I'm
Right.
supplying the whole world, you know what I'm saying? Because that's who, you know, like look at when Facebook first came out. Then they
Hmm.
say this person owns it. Then they say Mark Zucker, whoever. Then Mark, behind the scene, he might be the face of it, but actually the government actually own it.
Right.
So they monitor through this camera, that we using, through the cell phones. They
Yep.
always gonna be listening.
Yeah, because
Some people
Always,
think,
always.
when you
look,
give them those
drug
permissions,
dealers, drug dealers, I promise you, drug dealers right now to this day, they think they're getting away with these cell phones they're not using these touchscreen phones no more.
right,
They're using the little fold up little burner flip phones.
right, right. Like they
That
ain't
don't
figured
mean
this
that
out.
you still connected to technology.
Right.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
still gotta use
And
you still gotta use their towers.
Yeah.
there are no, you know what? There are no secrets except the ones you keep to yourself.
I talk
Understand
to you
that.
face to face. If I talk to you in person, and I know I only talk to you in person,
Business,
I know this phone can't pull up no commercials on my stuff.
Right.
Like
We
I
can
Aunt Joyce
find
used
challenge
to
the other
tell,
people. And you know what? I'm gonna challenge people, and I'm gonna post it up to leave your phone for at least 6 hours. I bet people
you can
can't do that. I want to challenge you to leave your phone at home for one day.
first of all,
And I'll take your phone anywhere with you. Most of them couldn't make it. They
I
couldn't
ain't
even
gonna
make it
make
10 minutes.
I gotta play
Uh-uh.
my
Couldn't
I
make
gotta play my homescapes. We're not doing that because Uncle Willie has been robbing me in Coin Master and ain't married.
that's what she said
I
your
got a
phone.
landline,
Your phone.
and
No,
and
she said
I'm
your
gonna
phone.
put
I'm
my
saying,
phone up, and I'm gonna
yeah.
turn it off for a little while. I
And I'm
got a
playing.
landline that I can operate with.
Where you
You
get a
can do that.
landline?
Our
Cause you
generation,
just,
our
I'm
generation,
telling
Oh,
you,
right. We
we
can't do
need
that.
to unplug sometimes because
Oh,
it get to the point where if you when you got kids crying because they can't use a phone, we got a problem.
oh
When you
yeah. I
got
can break.
grown people who can't shop, you can't eat your dinner, you can't go to the movies without answering your phone while you on a date, you in church, you can't go nowhere without picking up your phone. You are addicted. Come
Let
see
me
me.
tell
You
you.
got some addiction.
Let me tell you something. When I was in
Okay.
the hospital,
Cell
in
phones
December,
is the new drug. Social media is the new drug.
when I was in the hospital in December, and I could not get any internet or any phone access, it was so peaceful.
It was peaceful.
Let me tell
It was
you,
so peaceful.
when
Listen,
me and my husband moved in our apartment here, I refused to put a television in our room. When we go to bed, it's peaceful. I don't need TV in my bedroom. I don't need distract. It's for made for sleeping.
First of all,
Okay? That's what
I'm
your room
gonna,
is for. Nowadays, every bedroom in America has a television. Is it
Jeremiah
annoying
got.
hold
why
on.
there's some
I
disconnection?
gotta have one.
I got to have it.
I gotta have one. I'm a
I,
night. I'm a night owl. I'm
I,
a night
right.
owl.
See?
So I can sit up. I can sit up all night and watch TV, and then through the day sleep. Given I ain't got to work or something like that. So now the
But
cell phone
see,
thing. Ooh, I done lost my cell phone and had to go some days or more than 6 hours. And it's
but
Hey,
now
I'm
bro,
this
telling
this
you,
is
a
the
lot of people
listen
can't
listen
do
to this, AT. This the kicker. I done lost my phone
it. Hmm.
and couldn't do what I want to do as far as talk to people, get on social media, this, that, and this, or whatever I could do with my phone, right? Losing my
Hmm.
mind. So all I want to do is sleep. I'm thinking I'm missing something.
Hmm.
Now, when I get my phone, I'm irritated with my phone because now I'm either getting a notification or
yeah,
this person keep calling or this person, or I can ignore that mother for some 6 hours, 12 hours. I can ignore that. And then when they do talk to me the following day, what happened? Oh man, I was asleep.
right,
And I was sitting there looking like this, or this is just gonna keep calling. It's gonna
right.
keep calling.
Uh-huh.
Keep calling this
You know,
number.
My husband like that. He'll lay his phone down. He'll turn it off. It don't bother him none at all. And I'm trying to watch his and follow his lead because
Here's
it
the
had
thing.
got to the point where I was watching myself and I was doing it. He be talking to me. I'm over here looking at the phone. I'd be like, that is
Brother,
so rude.
bro,
Put the phone
brother,
down.
brother Carter. Ain't
huh?
but one of us on this line got two phones. Ain't but one of us got two phones. We ain't gonna say no names, but ain't but one of us got two phones.
No, it's actually two of us.
Oh, y'all. Well, wait a
Thank
minute. Wait a
you.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are both of them hooked up to get phone calls?
Yeah, but I listen, and that's funny that you just said that because I thought both of them had unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data. So one night I'm talking to this little young lady, and we talking on the phone for like literally 5 hours, no breaks. And the
Not
phone
you
hanged
hang
up.
up. No, you hang
The
up.
phone
Not
hanged
you
up.
hang up.
She texts me. She texts me like, "Hey, you gotta text me. I don't know something wrong with my phone." She thinking it's her phone, so she like, "You gotta text me." So I'm trying to call her phone, and it's telling me my phone is restricted. I'm like, "So they gonna keep my phone?" I done had this phone for like I done had both of these phones for like almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So like just in case something happened with this phone, I got this one, but I use both of them equally. They done cut this
Uh-huh.
mug off. I said, you know what? I probably needed that. God
You want?
probably telling me you don't need two phones.
Let me tell you
Just
something, Mel.
just just maintain this one phone. Just
Do you know why
maintain this
people
one.
over there, Mel? Do you know why people over there being silent? How long
Yeah.
you didn't had? How long you didn't had two phones, mom? What's your oldest? What's your oldest phone number? Your
Okay, I'm
phone
I'm a
number
little
is
guilty.
older than your
But but
grandkids.
one but now let me say I got
Okay.
one phone because I've had it. Let's see how old is Serena. Um
You had as long as our mine. The first phone you had way longer than our mine.
okay, but that is my grandbaby hotline.
Hmm.
I use that. All of them know that number by heart, and if and I don't care where they at, and I don't care how long they ain't talked to their grandmama, they can pick up the phone and dial that number. I've had it that long. Not many people have that number. Okay, so it don't ring all the time.
So that's what that purpose is for. It's strictly for them.
Yeah,
That's my grandbaby hotline. When they
that's a
need
hot line.
$2, $10, $5, they call that granny hotline.
That
Right,
look,
right,
oh,
right, right.
look, she answered that phone every time. Hello?
Oh, you gotta keep that mug right there.
Yes, I do.
Hello.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
She ain't
Right.
got to talk
This other
about my
phone,
grandbaby Hotline.
this
Yeah.
other phone I got, they done cut that mug off. I don't even
Look,
charge it no more.
look,
Well,
you
see,
if you
I
use
will not change phone services because they want to change that number, and I've never changed that number since I left Muskegon. The area code changed on it, and then that was it. The number always stayed the same.
How they do that? How they change that?
that was a long time ago. A
That's
long,
strange. The
long
area
time ago.
code though. That's crazy. How they do that?
She did. You talking to a look, first of all, Mel, you talking to a woman whose son didn't call her for Mother's Day, and she called to the army base on while he was in Afghanistan, and I'm like, who is this? I'm like, did she really call? This
Ah,
you
gotta
don't
reach
know
out
this,
to
right?
him.
Yeah, and Deshaun is getting harassed by his whole squad. Like, why your mama calling you? You at war? What are we doing?
Well, he
Ah,
should have called his mama.
So don't ask her
exactly.
she got that phone number and only got the area code changed. I don't know. I don't know these things,
Man,
but somehow she gets her
man.
way. Apparently,
Well, I
Obama and
still
Bush
got the
didn't want that
number,
smoke.
and his sergeant made him call me.
Right. As he
Why he
should.
why he getting shot at in Afghanistan? Okay,
That's what I'm
that's
saying. Look, they're in the middle of war.
right.
He's
Your
Right.
still
mama
supposed to
calling.
call his mama.
Your mama calling. Your wife ain't
Yes,
calling. Your
Mr.
mama calling.
Massey.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Massey or whatever he Corporal Massey.
Yeah,
You
Sarge.
know, you know, they're knocking
Sarge.
some stuff down. Yeah, Sarge. He got
Sergeant.
a phone call.
He got
And
a
he
whole
said,
Yeah.
squad under him.
you got a what? A phone call. So he gotta holler over at the bad guys like, look, I'm gonna put
Right.
my gun down for a minute. I gotta go
Right.
I got a phone call. I'll be back.
Right. Get over there
Yeah,
and
Hey,
show
it
mama.
I
worked.
can see that in
He
a movie.
called home.
Get
He
over
I can
there
see
showed
and
that
did.
in a
show mama.
movie.
Yeah,
That'd
you're
be
right.
so funny in a movie.
I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book
I can
about
see
her.
that.
She don't even
I
know.
can see that in a movie.
They made him call. They did. He called. They made him call his mama. Made him write me a letter too.
Yeah. Mama, dang, mama.
Right.
No,
That's
boy.
exactly how he
Boy,
was on
I
that
don't care.
phone.
Today is my day.
Right.
Then
That's right.
you know the favorite saying, Mama said, boy, I brought you in this world, I take you out. I
Exactly.
don't
Hey,
ask you for
I
nothing.
dropped
Today
him
is my
off,
day.
and I dropped him off, and I expected to get him back like I dropped him off.
Ain't no question. Ain't no
All right, man. But I was gonna tell you, Mel, as long as you got Wi-Fi, just get one of them as long as you got Wi-Fi on that phone, just get one of them Wi-Fi phone numbers because Armand and Jeremiah is the king of I don't want to pay my phone bill. So I'm just getting one of them Wi-Fi
Thanks
phone
now.
numbers.
Yeah, but see, if they don't pay their bill and then they leave them around Wi-Fi, then how you gonna use the phone?
It don't matter when they leave. That's what I'm saying. It only works when they are around Wi-Fi. So you know, you go to McDonald's, it work. Go to the library, it work. Most places downtown, anywhere in any city, has Wi-Fi for free,
You
and
might
you
need
don't even know.
while you in traffic going to the library or to where the Wi-Fi. Let's get them on
Right.
Obama phone.
Yeah, no, that's facts, right?
You better be on the bus and not driving if you trying to watch on your phone. That's all I'm saying.
Get them on Obama phone. The Obama phone do everything that you paying these $50 bills or $100 bills. Everything
Maybe
they
you
do.
don't know. I'm on my Obama phone right now. I refuse.
Okay, both of y'all, go ahead and throw that promotion out there. This is a resource to those who are listening. Quit paying them high phone bills. If you qualify to get a free phone, get you one of them free phones. It makes
Phone
the
bills,
same
yeah.
phone call. Y'all see how we hanging out on this call right now?
Phone
Oh
bills,
no,
The
yeah.
this
phones
I'm on the
work
laptop.
excellently.
Look, my phone
I ain't
bills.
using my phone. My phone right here. I'm using the laptop to do this
Right.
podcast.
Rose using
I'm
her
feeling bougie.
phone.
I'm
My
feeling
phone
bougie
bills.
right now. I'm trying to utilize my new toy.
You
This is
is
my new
so
toy, my
silly.
laptop.
Why is these
I like
Carter
how,
Oh,
you
children?
yeah.
know,
Look, I'm
you
laughing
know,
because Carter children are so bougie. What is we?
I'm bougie. Yeah, I'm trying. And if
We
I
need
ain't had
we
that, I'd have been using my tablet.
Okay, we so bougie,
All right, y'all.
so
Look,
bougie.
we got about 6 more. We got about 2
Okay,
minutes. I'm gonna be wrapping this up, y'all. We
I
really,
love
y'all know what?
y'all.
I love talking with y'all too. We have had great
Yeah,
conversation tonight.
no doubt,
Y'all know we've
definitely.
been on here almost 2 hours.
Oh well, I miss my family. I love my family. Are you serious?
I love it. I love it.
I
I
I
love
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 it.
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 Oh,
I
Dominic
do.
told
I
me to
do. I
tell
thank
y'all,
y'all
hey,
for always.
Tell Dominique I said hello and I love him. I ain't even
no doubt.
Dominique. We ain't even had a chance to be partners on spades in a minute.
Well,
You
he
know,
sure been on there complaining.
ain't
Look,
got
I
nothing
want
good
to
for us.
say.
He been on
I
there
just wanted to say
complaining.
Good.
that.
He been getting some
I
partners on there.
love.
Ooh.
So we
Well,
can be
Right now,
partners.
Dominique.
you liable to get on there and see him online playing Spades Plus right now while he at work.
I know.
Oh
I'm just
no.
saying. We be
He
being partners sometimes. I ain't been on there in a minute.
Oh yeah, well you need to get on there because he be complaining about his little partners.
Next time I get on there, I'm gonna be my cousin's partner.
He get mad. He
Oh,
like,
Oh,
you know what? If I'm going down, you going down too.
that's how I
You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
she
He
be.
gonna
was
make
so
sure
addicted to Space Plus.
oh
That's why I had to get on.
my dad, he told me to tell y'all, hey, he love y'all. He said it's all right,
Yes.
because I got your number, Aunt Joyce. He said it's all right. You know, he be paying for his own calls and then he get free calls on Mondays. So
I
Fun.
don't know now.
No problem. My number ain't changed. He still got the same number. My number ain't changed.
him moving around, so he had to do a whole new phone list. And then he ain't
Mm-hmm.
talked to
Okay.
you in 1,000 years, so he probably thinking that number ain't the same. So
Oh
he
no,
probably
that
took
don't
it
be
off.
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the grandbaby hotline. That's what it is.
Yeah, no.
It's still active.
My
So
grandbaby's
yes,
got
you
it.
got the number. You have the
Yeah,
number. So yeah, you
yeah.
can give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
My
I'll
grandbaby,
text.
And
I'll
that's all
text
he
you.
talk about now.
I'll inbox you. I'll inbox you the number that he had, so he'd be able to use
Okay,
that.
okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And I just want to say thank y'all for hanging out with your old auntie tonight. And as usual, it's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure. Y'all, I hope all our listeners tonight, y'all see what kind of how we
mama,
flow. We go from one conversation to the next, but it's all in love. And so
One in
love.
love.
anything, I'm sorry, guys. Rose, you say something?
She
Oh, she
muted.
went off some.
Oh,
I
there
ain't
she
Oh,
saying
go.
she
that.
muted.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to say too that it is all it's all in love, and we share love. We talk about different subjects, no harm, no foul, but we keep it real. And so, as we always give the disclaimer, you have the right to agree or disagree with anything that we say here, and we're still gonna love you. We hope that you have enjoyed our conversation tonight, and I'm thankful for my co-hosts both. Melly Mel and my riding die over there, Miss Rosemary Carter.
Thank you
Lord
for having
knows
me,
we have been
Auntie.
traveling this
Uh,
thing.
special guest
Mel, you come
of
on and be
Dead
a
Never
permanent
Risen.
fixture now.
Look, the special guest Ralph, but special
Oh yes,
appearance.
Right, the
and
special
special
guest,
appearance
special appearance
by
by my cousin twin,
an
my twin
additional
cousin,
Carter man.
my twin cousin.
Right, right, with the same
Yes.
smile.
Man, I
So
told
we
Aunt
thank you
Joyce.
for the special appearance.
I said he lucky I ain't shaved my head bald. We really would have been looking twin. I tried to take my hat off, let him see the gray.
He looks just like
Yeah.
he looks just like Uncle Robert too. I told him I had a picture of them together.
No, no, no,
They
no.
look like twins.
Deshaun, Look, Deshaun, Uncle Ralph. I mean, not Uncle Ralph. Uncle Robert, Daddy, Loopy, and John John. I'm talking
Identical.
about what?
Good.
When they have that
Well, I
gray,
say that
all of that.
all of y'all genes run strong, and you can tell the Carters, and even in y'all kids, all of y'all
Mm-hmm.
kids, y'all genes run strong. So I thank God for the lineage that Herman Carter left behind and Rosalie Carter, because their genes and in the blood is running strong throughout the family. And I love that because I'm tell you where you go, you can spot a car. Okay.
Oh shoot,
That's us right
Rose. I
there.
don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if you got it,
Okay.
but I got Aunt Brenda sent me some pictures of all of them when they was like little. This my first time, and I just turned 45. This is my first time ever seeing my daddy and Uncle Robert, Uncle Ralph, and Uncle Junior, and you know what I'm saying, all of them as a little bitty kid, grade school.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Aunt Joyce or you probably had some from back in the day, but I do got one. I will send it to y'all. Well, I'm gonna send
Screenshot
Joker.
it.
y'all because y'all know.
Screenshot it and send it on my phone. I can
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
download it.
It's got granddaddy and granny in there. Then I think it's got
I know it's got
granny
Uncle Mike
mama.
in there.
I think granny mama in there
Oh.
and granny and Uncle Bob. And then you got Aunt Brenda. You got Aunt Velma. You got all of them when they was
Oh.
real little.
Well, I need that.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they
yeah, you take
back then when
take a
pictures was taken,
picture
it
of
was
it
black and white.
and send
It
it
was
to
black and
me,
white.
okay?
Yes,
When you
yes.
screenshot it, I can take it and have it downloaded, take it to the pharmacy, and they can actually print a copy of the picture.
Oh shoot, you said pharmacy. I gotta go. I gotta go take my medication. I love y'all.
CVS
Take
pharmacy
it,
or
man.
Walgreens or something.
All right, guys.
I love
I'm
you.
gonna go ahead and sign out. Nephew,
Love
much
y'all.
love.
Love
Love
Y'all
y'all. Love
know
you,
you.
we got
Rose.
some things
Love you too,
tomorrow,
nephew.
y'all. I might come to y'all live later on in the evening, show y'all something we've been working on.
You said you
Okay.
got a live tomorrow?
I'll probably shoot a quick live tomorrow. It'll just be a Facebook live. We're gonna I'm gonna come out on the face, probably do a Facebook live, step out a little bit for my birthday.
All right.
Um,
I'll be
and
looking out for it.
I just got just one thing. I'll probably just shoot a little display of some pictures, of photos,
Okay.
and do something.
All
We
right.
can bring it up. Okay.
So I'm gonna get those pictures to you, and I'll be looking
All
out for your
right.
live tomorrow.
All right. I'm done in for a minute tomorrow. I'm gonna
Okay.
try.
All right.
Okay.
Love you,
Well,
Auntie.
love you. And you be blessed until next week. Hey, everybody, just be safe, love on one another, treat people like you want to be treated, and to God
That's
be
it.
all the glory. So, this is Joyce Spencer Mintz, my co-host Mel Mel, and we will see you all next week on Real Talk. All right,
Real talk.
signing off.
Yeah.
Good night, baby.
Love you.
Love you too.